Good morning, good morning. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, or whenever you're going to see this video. Today is the 15th of January, and I'm going to go and do one market update and see how the markets are doing. And whatever brings, whatever comes up, whatever brings into my mind, I'll speak up. Right, welcome. My name is Freedom Salis. For these people that don't know me, you're more than welcome. I'm here to say my thoughts about the markets. Okay, as plain and simple as possible, with no gimmicks and not overcomplicating things. So let's start with Bitcoin. Let's have a look. This is Bitcoin. People that follow me, we were paying attention to this down move, so we pay attention to that. We had a liquidity grab. We spoke about the liquidity pools that were sitting down here. That was a liquidity grab, and then after that it turned around. So we had a play out of the power of three. And what was that? That was the accumulation. Then you had the manipulation, liquidity grab, and then this is the distribution. Okay, and I think I have a template here. Let me see. Yep, the power three. Here it is. Here's a template that I've just created. Okay, let me go to a smaller time frame. That's going to be sprayed out nice and easy. Here you have it. Accumulation. Okay. Then you have the manipulation. It just went under, it went under the range. It's not always to the downside. Okay, manipulation can happen in both directions. This time it went under, and that is the distribution. Okay, then when everybody got trapped into manipulation, thought that Bitcoin's going to go down, they opened shorts. This is what happened, and they all got burned. Okay, but anyway, for people that don't. That don't know yet the power three or how to identify it, we just go level by level. And my simple strategy is I need to identify liquidity, imbalances, and then I've got my horizontal lines, and then I'll take it from there, right, level by level. And remember what I said, we need to monitor the 9186, especially on a high time frame. I don't want to see any close below. Okay, so here it is. Okay, the 12-hour, it went below a little bit, right? It closed below, opened below, and then just straight up. Okay, it did not stay below on a higher time frame. So that was liquidity grab. It just tapped inside the liquidity pool, and after that, it broke the 50% line, which is the red line. And not only that, it tested as a support and pushed further up into the green. So if I go to smaller time frame, like 90 minutes, you can see that it went above the 50% line, the red line. It pushed all the way up, rejection on the green line, came back, retest, so that you have a support, right? Resistance, support, you have a flip, and now it's breaking above the green line. And that's what we want to see. We want to see that it's going to stay above the green line. So for this instance, this is a very bullish scenario. Why? Because it tested the 50% of the gangster fib. Okay, technically it's 150. 50 is down here. Okay, let me zoom out and you can see the whole scene here. Here it is. The first red line is the 50%. We way above that. We above the 100. So this is the line of the 150. Okay, but on a closer look, this is the 50%. But every red line is very significant to my trading strategy. Okay, so we are above the 50% of the gangster fib, and also we are above the 50% of the range. And remember what I said a couple days ago, I'm going to be very bullish when I see that the price is going to stay and reclaim the 50% of the range. Remember now, on a higher time frame, let's go to 12 hours. Okay, you have an imbalance here. Okay, we need to be careful about this. This is the imbalance to the upside. Okay, so it's getting inside to the imbalance. So when and if the price is going to come up here around 50%, okay, then you're going to see a push to the down. Okay, why? Because it's getting influenced. Okay, but it's going to get influenced by this down action. Okay, any remaining orders on the down move is going to push the price further down. which I'm not going to be panicking. I just want to make sure that I'm going to stay above the green line, or at least above the red line. I want to stay above the 50%, okay? The flip. I want to make sure that I stay above this and stay above this. As long as that happens, okay, I'm going to be bullish, and then Bitcoin is going to maybe, we're going to shift to the upside. Now, another little trick that we can do here, just to identify the trend. What kind of trend are we into? So, let me do array. Array is going to be more easy. So here it is. So we're still in a downtrend, okay? Bitcoin's in a downtrend. It grabbed the liquidity, it's pushing up, okay? And we need to take it level by level. We need to make sure that we hold above 95.8. Then we need to make sure that we hold above 97, okay? Which is the 50% of the range. And then eventually, what I would like to see, break the trend, okay? We would like to see the break of the trend. And then to carry on, go further up, okay? Now, remember the big trend lines on a higher time frame, like 12 hours, okay? This is, let's say, the first retouch. This is the first point of the trend, and this is the first retouch. We may get a second retouch, and we may get rejected, okay? There is a possibility that on the first touch is always rejection. Second touch, again, it can be rejection, right? And then come back to these levels, and then it's going to break maybe on the third time, okay? It is not necessarily that it's going to go straight through, and also it does not necessarily means that definitely 100% is going to get rejected, but we're talking about probabilities here, and historically we know that we have good three touches as resistance, okay? You measure that as a first one, you measure this as a second one, and then it's going to come back, and maybe the third one is going to get rejected, maybe the fourth one or the fifth one is going to manage to break above. Overall, we spoke about this before, we are witnessing a descending triangle, right? This is a descending triangle. We don't know when it's going to break above, okay? Maybe it's going to be the third touch, maybe it's going to be the fourth touch, maybe it's going to be the fifth one. You don't know. You just follow and observe, okay? And you go level by level. Now, if you took the trade from last week that we said you're losing the 50% of the range, you go short to the bottom of the range, you had 2 exits. Very well. Well done to this. Now, if you monitor the liquidity graph, as I mentioned on the previous videos, that down here we have liquidity pool, and it's going to target that liquidity pool, and then you just grab the recoil, okay, that you shoot up to the positions. That was your first TP, that's your second TP. Well done for that one. Now from here we need to see that it's going to stay here above the 50 and see how it's going to bounce from these levels. It's going to target the top of the range. You may see run to the top of the range, and then it's going to come down for a retest. Will it hold, or will it come back to the 50%? Okay, as long as we stay above the 50% of the range, we're good to go. Okay, even that's going to do a fake out, as long as it stays above the 50%, it's going to be bullish. Maybe it's going to try later, and then that will be part of the scenario that you have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch as a rejection. Maybe the fourth one is going to be the one that's going to break out. Okay, either way, this is the plan. Today we have a CPI, okay, so be careful with the CPI, okay. You don't know what the big whales are going to do. If they're going to be threatened from the stock market or commodities, and they want to push through the crypto space, if they see that Bitcoin is going up, they're going to feel that Bitcoin is stronger, and they want to make sure that they minimize the damage. So they're going to do a damage control. It means if the dollar is going to be it's going to get weaker, it's going to go drop, then they want to make sure they don't lose money. So they're going to shift to another token or to another crypto space, to another market, to make sure they can preserve their capital. And speaking of which, let me bring the cash flow chart. You all know the cash flow. So here's a cash flow, and this is Dixie. Okay, so Dixie right now is dropping. This is the daily time frame. So let me go to 12 hours. So what do you monitor? What you observe? You observe now that Dixie is on a down move, right? And as Dixie is going lower, it means that Bitcoin is becoming more strong. And at the same time, we see T1 and T3 increasing. It means that a lot of people took advantage. They were monitoring that this was dropping down. They knew automatically that Bitcoin value will go up automatically as a native move. Then they add to it, okay? And you can see also that Tether is dropping, the dominance of Tether is dropping. So people are leaving from Tether, so they're selling the Tether, they go into the crypto space, okay? This is the cash flow chart for me to understand what is going on. I see T1 is going up, T3 is going a bit stronger. I see the candles a bit bigger than T1, and also I see the dominance is dropping on Bitcoin. So I know that they favor the alts, okay, the miners, not the majors. Here's the major. T1 is the major, right? T1 is all the crypto space, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, which Bitcoin and Ethereum is the majors. T3 is everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, which means only the miners. Okay, so the miners is the altcoins. So I see dominance, Bitcoin dominance dropping. It means it's not the dominant move, right? Bitcoin is moving up, yeah, but it's not moving as strong as the miners. And I see T3 is rising up. I see dominance is dropping. I say, okay, I understand this, but the miners are moving. So today you probably see, okay, if you go to the bubbles, no matter which bubbles you are watching, let me open a tab and bring it here. So let's go to crypto, let's go to the bubbles. Doesn't matter which bubbles you're looking at. Are you looking to the bundle bubbles? If you follow the crypto banter. So here's the bubbles, and go into today and have a look. On the 24 hour, you see double digits in green, right? XLM is pushing, okay, LDR is pushing, HBAR is pushing, okay, XDC 14%, Algo 14%, XRP 12%. Have a look on the ISO tokens, HBAR, okay, XRP. Look at these, and let's go to crypto bubbles, which is my another favorite site. So go to 24 hours so we can see, compare apples to apples. And here you have it. Go scroll down and you can see which one is moving. So go by daily, and you have IOTA, you got Algo 14%, XDC, Stellar, okay, XLM, XRP 12%. You see double digits over here. Gala, HBAR, Cardano, all these are ISO, ADA, okay, HBAR, XRP, Quantum, okay, and Stellar, and XDC are and Algo and IOTA. All of these are ISO tokens. Okay, what is ISO? We spoke about ISO. So ISO, if I remember, the number is 20222, if I remember, or I think that's the number. And go for the tokens, you get a list of 7 or 9. They're supposed to be 7. I don't know if they made them to 9. Even the AI is coming back, and let's have a look. Here we are. Some of the ISO 222 compliances: XRP, XLM, XDC, IOTA, Algo, HBAR, Quantum, ADA. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is, I think it's supposed to be 9. But here you have it. Okay. So this is your ISO 222, right? 20022. Okay. Let me see if I can find any other the benefits. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, some of those 7, some are going to be 9. You may see some smaller tokens to be listed, but yeah, have a look on these. These are the ISO. So the ISO is moving, okay, and you have a double digits, which is good. All right. Going back to the charts, let's have a look on HBAR. Do I have HBAR here? Here's HBAR. Okay. Do not ignore HBAR or any of the ISO tokens. Let's go to the daily or 12 hours and have a look how much did it move from November 2024. Okay. And if I put the scale here to measure it, let's have a look. From here to there is 860%, okay, since last November 2024. So do not ignore them, okay. This is HBAR. Let me go to a smaller time frame, even further. Let's go to 3 hours. Let's have a look and see your trend. Identify the trend, okay. Identify the trend. here it is your trend, okay, roughly. So there it is. Okay, so are you approaching this area? So you have almost close to 2 touches. The third one, what's going to happen? It's going to break above, it's going to retest it, take it level by level. It's a downtrend. Maybe it wants to break it wants to break the you have another uptrend here as well. You have some deviations, it's fine. You have another deviation. This is a liquidity grab, so it went under, it took all the liquidity down here. Okay, touch a little bit over there, and it's pushing to the up. Is it going to break the triangle, the pattern, the flag? It's going to be a big one. Okay, if that's going to be the pole, imagine how far it's going to go higher. Okay, and we have the gangster fib to tell you where are going to be roughly the next resistance. Okay, it's all marked up. So step by step, I'm not going to say now to you go jump on the ISO. I'm just saying to you, be careful. Have have on your radar the ISO if you haven't. Okay, so on the higher time frame, 6 hours, 3 hours is fine. We want to see Bitcoin to hold and maintain above the 50% of the range. Okay, and even then, you need to be careful about imbalance. Do expect that it's going to come here, it's going to get pushed out. Okay, now you want to see support the green line, that would be bonus, but at least you want to see a support on the red line. I mean, look at that. That was resistance, and it broke it, and a small retest. So if it's going to get pushed down by the imbalance, at least we would like to see to hold above the 50% of the range. The 50% of the gangster fib. This is the 50% of the range. Okay, so that's what you need to pay attention. That's it for Bitcoin, to be honest. Let me open another token. Let me see if I can grab ETH with Bitcoin. So ETH, Bitcoin. That's Ethereum. Let's have a look on the Ethereum. We marked up the imbalance that it's been waiting above. Another big liquidity grab. I mean, look at that liquidity. It just grabbed all this liquidity over here. It's done. Okay, look at that. It's done. It's clear. It took that liquidity and it took it even further down. So there's no more big liquidity sitting below. Okay, the other one is far in the distance. Still in a downtrend. Okay, still in a downtrend. I mean, identify the trend. What Ethereum is doing. Okay, still in the downtrend. Okay, now what would you like to see for Ethereum? You would like to see reclaiming the levels. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit here. Let me expand the lines to give it more space. Let me expand the lines too as well. Okay, and all you want to see is you want to see progress. Okay, you want to see Ethereum claiming all the levels above. You want to see Ethereum to reclaim 3.24 or 25 ish. Okay, here we are. Okay, so you have the accumulation, you have the manipulation, and distribution is not finished yet. It's not playing out very well. Okay, distribution is supposed to be higher from the accumulation. So is it finished? It's not over. Is it over yet? I don't know. You need to pay attention. I know a lot of people thinking that Ethereum is like kind of broken. Maybe, but I'm not sure. Okay, so let me go to ETH Bitcoin. Compare ETH to Bitcoin. Okay, here we are. This is the two majors, Ethereum against the Bitcoin, and see who's running the business or the show. You can see, because Ethereum is in a downtrend, you understand that Bitcoin is dominant compared to Ethereum, right? But you have the levels. You lost that level, okay? You know that it grabbed that area. Possibly it wanted to, clear this imbalance here. The imbalance is down here. So remember how you mark the imbalance between the first and the third candle? So that's the first candle, the gray. The third candle is over here. So here it is. Okay, you have a touch in the imbalance to this area, so you kind of say it's been mitigated. Okay, and also you can see that you revisit this area. Okay, so you have a key level here, and then push one more time, and then come down deeply this time. Okay, to this area. So this is a huge order block. So it touched the order block, and it's trying to push up. Okay, so you need to see a reversal. What kind of reversal? How are you going to determine, how you're going to classify the reversal? You need to break the previous highs. Okay, so it needs to come up here, reclaim this level, come back, retest, flip it as a resistance to support. Okay, and then continue to further up. Then you know that Ethereum maybe it means business, and it's going to be more dominant against Bitcoin, like this turn here. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is dominant, and we know from the cash flow charts that the alts are moving a little bit faster than Bitcoin. Okay, why? Because Bitcoin dominance was dropping. Now, speaking of which, let's see on the bigger screen the Bitcoin dominance. So here it is, Bitcoin dominance on the bigger screen. So in the bigger scale, on the bigger screen, you can see that Bitcoin is an uptrend. Okay, we've seen that it's pushing down now, not majorly, but that's why you see altcoins doing double digits. Okay, and then Bitcoin is doing single digits. So on a bigger picture, the dominance of Bitcoin is still increasing. Okay, since December, it's pushing up and up. But always, you need to remember that every time it's going to get pushed up, it's going to get a correction. It's going to go up, some correction goes up, some correction, and then you're going to have the big move. Okay, overall, Bitcoin is in Bitcoin dominance in the up move. It just happened now to be on the correction phase. Now, if alts are moving, okay, this is a good sign. It's like giving you a little bit of hope that no, it's right. 7 close is good enough. Close it and save it. On the Bitcoin, on the pitchfork, on the diagonals, we can see that it went all the way down to that red line, and it bounced off, and also it claimed this level as well, which is a very, very bullish sign. The pitchfork is for the people that love trend lines, diagonals instead of horizontals. So I have like 2 versions here. A for the people that they love horizontals, and B the people that they like to see diagonals. Okay. Again, the pitchfork setup here that I have a video how I draw it and how to design it and how to use it, and it's based on the gangster fib principle. So it's the gangster fib pitchfork. So the cousins, okay, the gangster fib and the gangster pitchfork. So liquidity grab, same process. It bounced off. It did not stay very long under. Okay, so open and close above the line, reclaim this level, retested, so that's a retest, and it's pushing up. Okay, obviously you have the imbalance here, so we may get some rejection, and maybe later on it's going to push further up. It's the same thing, okay, the same principle. Would you like to see on a higher time frame? Let's go to the daily and see the indicators. Here's the pitchfork. You see how diagonal it is, the angles. Let's have a look with the indicators. Let's bring the indicators. What do you have? The indicators. You have stochastic RSI printing a higher low, okay, while the price action kind of is printing your low lows. So that is a bullish divergence on the daily, okay, hidden bullish divergence when price action is giving you lower lows when the indicator is giving you higher lows. RSI is trying to point up as well. So is it going to break it? Let's have a look. Is it going to break these? Let's hope so. Okay. And we would like to see as well, some volume building up as well. We've seen that the selling, the down pressure is being minimized. Okay. And we see some up volume. We need some more volume, please. Okay. So today's the 15th. We've got another 5 days until Trump is going to take office. I don't know what's going on with these issues with the courts, and how things are going to turn out for the president. I can't have a big opinion about it because I'm not into politics. Also, I don't live in the United States, so I don't have the full story. I'm far, far away from the United States, so I'm the last person to have an opinion. And I don't want to upset anyone anyway. It's nothing to do with me being wrong or right. I don't live there, so I cannot judge. I can't judge. I can't have an opinion. Okay. So I only I only trade what I see on the charts. Okay. But in general, be careful today with the CPI, which is going to come in a few hours, okay? In a couple hours. So it's going to be 3:30 my time. Right now it's 11 o'clock, 12 past 11. So, in 6 hours, in 4 or 5 hours, we'll see the reaction of the market. That will be, the opening of the US as well. So right now, Asia and Europe is kind of dying off a little bit, but Asia was pushing up, okay? That was a dump on the previous Asia session. Okay, America did not do much. That is another Asia session that pushed even further down. Okay, and that is the manipulation that you had, and then a push up. I mean, that was previous Asia session. Down here was the American session, and this is again the Asia is trying to push up. So since yesterday, we have a push to the upside. US and Asia is pushing up. So we're going to see what Asia, how it's going to close, how Europe is going to react to these areas. I hope they're going to maintain, at least, don't drop it, leave it there as it is until America is going to push or either it's going to come down. Depends on the CPI and depends on the big whales if they decide to come into Bitcoin as a more stable token, especially now that Bitcoin is pushing up. That is kind of a magnet. It's like trying to draw the attention and say, hey, come to Bitcoin today. Maybe Dixie is going to drop more further. It's going to dump. If the market is going to dump, then they're going to lose funds. The capital is going to be dropping. So I think they're going to seek to come to Bitcoin. It's going to be looking more convenient to them, okay? At least to preserve the capital. The first primary target is for them to preserve the capital. Now, if Bitcoin is going to move up, that's going to give them some profit as well, give or take, okay? But the major issue is to preserve capital. If they make some money by coming to Bitcoin and leaving later today, going back to the stocks after the CPI meetings, which is, we know that we have a volatility. That's what it means. They come and go. They're going to make some profit. Fine. It's okay. Just make sure that you don't get wrecked. Okay. That's why, you need to enter down here and not to enter here. Okay. You need to enter the liquidity pools on the extreme lows to the extreme highs. In between, if you're trying to find a trade today, just make sure after the CPI is holding above these levels, either the 50% of the range or the 50% of the gangster fib. If we drop in a little bit and holding, then after the storm has gone by, then you may see an opportunity to grab, okay? Because you need to see the flip. That was resistance. You want to see a support. If you're holding and feeling that's support, then you're going to push to the bigger trend, okay? And then you're going to monitor what's going to happen later. Okay, that's it for today. I'll try to keep it nice and short, nice and clean. 28 minutes, that's good. I think it's a good time. And that's it from me today, okay? I hope you have a very, very nice, enjoy your day. Be careful of the CPI. You know the levels. Watch them, monitor them, and, take evidence. See the evidence and use them, okay? All right, I'll see you in a couple of days. Take care. Bye-bye.